Hey everyone, welcome to our live training today. My name is Marianne. We're starting just a touch early to make sure everyone that's registered for this event can join us and get into the room. So when you come in, go ahead and post a comment. Let us know where you're joining us from. We have just about 3,000 people registered for this live training today, so I can't wait to see where everyone's from. So just come on in, introduce yourselves. Now listen, we've got some really cool content for you today, and we want to thank you for joining us this week. We know that last week we had a bit of a hiccup. Chris kind of overworked himself at the gym and needed some doctor's orders bed rest. So we did get an extra week to prepare for this. This is going to be really big. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. Our contest, as you know, is going to start very shortly. The Caption for 2020 contest is going to start in just about 3 minutes. So wait on that, wait for it to start. That's going to be super fun. First of all, I hope you're all doing well. I hope that you're all healthy. I hope your families are healthy. I know that there's been a lot of questions going around about, what's the proper way to take care of ourselves and social distancing. And let's face it, the economy has taken just a huge punch to the gut. Many of you know that, the unemployment rate is 20%. It's the highest it's ever been for a long time. And it's making a lot of people rethink a lot of things. And I know it's been a huge struggle. So our heart goes out to you if you've been affected by this. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons why we're here. So in just a few minutes, we're going to get started and make sure everyone get in the room. So let's see if we have anyone in the chat right now. But again, if you have anything or just tell me where you're from. I want to know you. I want to know where everyone's joining us from. So we've got, Je suis de Fort Español. Kelly, I love it. We've got a Lucky Dan on here. We've got from India. Welcome, Mohammed from India. We've got some people from Logan, from Nairobi, from the UK. Oh my gosh, your comments are flooding in like crazy. Minnesota, Logan, Alabama. We've got, okay, Ryan Cornell says, thank you. I will pass it on to Chris, make sure he knows that. Let's see, we've got Texas, from Canada, from Virginia, Nepal. Holy cow, Maine, Arizona, Germany, excellent. Stockton, Madison, Evan Rudd, 13 years old. Way to be on the ball. Awesome. So many of you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I have to tell you this. Now, I've been working with Chris for the past 6.5 years, and everyone here knows that Chris knows real estate back and forth, inside out, and front and back. Okay, everyone knows this. But here's the thing that you might not know, is that Chris was actually given an honorary degree in business from a college, a university here. And he didn't even go to school for business. He went to school for family studies and got a great degree in that. But this guy knows business back and forth. Yes, we know he knows real estate, but I gotta tell you something. In the years that I've been working with Chris, I've had a front row seat to how this guy's brain works in terms of generating high margin business, in terms of generating great revenue, that not just for the business, but we're talking take home revenue. What he's sitting on today, he's been sitting on for at least 3 years, at least 3 years. Now, I know that many of you have had some economic upturns right now from the shutdown, from the coronavirus. The reason that Chris waited this long, honestly, we couldn't tell you a year ago that Corona was be the thing. Nobody knew that. But Chris had this gut check that says, not the right time, not the right time, not the right time, until his why became so big that he said that circumstances have finally matched up with what I have to offer. Now is the time to release this beast, to release this financial and business genius aside from real estate. Now, this is a big deal because we all know real estate is a long-term investment. We know that's designed to replace a lot of our retirements, and that's great. But this is designed to be live, active income right now. Something that can be done today that doesn't require huge licensure. It doesn't require you to go to college. It just requires you to have enough gut power that says, I'm going to hustle and I'm going to make something happen. And my why is strong enough. I know a lot of you are providing for your families right now. That's a lot. And every time I talk to any one of you on the phone and I ask, what's your motivation for doing this? It all boils down to the same thing. It's providing a better life for you and your families. And that's what I love. And that's why Chris is here, to help us answer that why. So he's going to come in the room in just a few minutes. In fact, here he is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, jump on the chat, say a hello to the one and only Chris Crum.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Listen up, man. I was going to be doing this last Thursday, but here we are this Thursday. Like Marianne said, I had an unexpected injury at the gym. You guys know that I like to beast things. I like to break things. And I did that. But I'm back. Actually, today was my first day back at the gym, which felt great because I always love getting like in the zone and ready and excited for doing something amazing. I can promise you that what you're going to learn and hear from me today is entirely different and new than what you've gotten in the past. You know, it's so fun to talk about real estate and making millions of long-term wealth, but coronavirus requires something different for today. It is asking many of you, at least 20% of you out in the workforce that are out of work, that number rising, to actually do something to stimulate your own economy and actually get money rolling in. When you can't count on a boss, when you can't count on employers, when you can't count on a job, when you can't count on the government. I mean, honestly, I can't believe that Donald Trump has made the choices in the last couple of months that has just set our economy in ruin. It might take years to bounce back, but not for you. And that's really what today's about. So I'm excited. Let me go ahead and get my slides queued up here. And let's go ahead and get this launched so that we can get some things rolling for you guys. So here's what today's conversation is about. It is about how to make money in any market, especially during a crisis. And why do I say especially? Because crisis reveals the biggest brand new opportunities. Some of you are like, man, I'm doing the same thing through spring, summer, and fall because there's seasons of economies. Winter is when everything gets shaken up. It's like the whole globe in a snow globe gets like wrecked. I am going to be sharing my top secrets for basically recession-proofing your business. But I want to just acknowledge for a moment that we're going to kick today off with a contest. If you guys can come up with a perfect catchphrase for 2020 and drop it in the comment bar, my team in the next couple of minutes is going to take the best 5 and we're going to give a Benjamin $100 out to whoever I pick at the end of this. So right now, for just the next couple of minutes, what is your perfect catchphrase for this really jacked up, strange, weird year that we have never had in US history? Not that any of us or our grandparents would remember. So do that in the chat bar right now, like light it up. Guys, we are talking about a new economy and not just a recession that happened on accident. We're talking about a government-forced recession. This coronavirus pandemic, how long is it really going to last? I think you guys need to be prepared for the long haul. I think that you need to be prepared for as long as it might take to actually get a vaccine disseminated around the entire globe. And for some of you, you're like, Chris, that can't be true. I can't put my finances on hold for that long. I can't put my dreams on hold. And I'm here to tell you today, you do not need to put your dreams on hold, especially with what I'm going to teach you here. Bottom line is this: businesses are struggling big time. 54% of US-based businesses are temporarily closed. 24% of those will never open again. That stat is like 4 weeks old. I don't even want to know what the new one looks like. Not to mention the real stock market crash. Guys, all of this is looming. Here's what really gets me though. Americans are struggling like crazy. 26 million Americans, 20% of the labor force does not have a job. Great Depression was 25%. 1 in 4 people didn't have a job, and we're almost there. We have to get things going again. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. But I want to tell you what really brought today's webinar on. This live training is because of the man that you see on the screen here. His name is Trent. I met him 1.5 years ago through YouTube. He'd been watching me for a while, and then I happened to move kind of like next door in the same neighborhood, in the same city. And we got to know each other better. We became friends. I got many friends here through YouTube, but Trent and I mean, we go to the gym together, my private little gym, and we've just built a really meaningful relationship. He's become a real estate investor. Currently, he's got a job working somewhere, but 3 weeks ago today, he came to me with a problem. He said, Chris, my superiors just sat me down and told me there's a good chance in the next 90 days that I may not have a job. And I could see how upset he was about that, because like many people, he likes to have a certain level of financial certainty, and someone pulled the rug out from under him. And literally in the moment he told me that, I could tell it was like this burst of inspiration. Said, Chris, it's time for you to release what you've been wanting to for years, which is not just helping people in the niche of real estate, but helping people with their active income. And so he inspired an experiment. I basically said, okay, Trent, what if in 30 days I could help you make $8,000? And he said, and I said, it's going to be a side hustle. It's something you haven't done before. Give me a couple hours a day. Give me an hour a day. Give me 3 hours a day on the side. You're going to work extra hard this month, but let's see if I can show you on the side how to make $8,000. And I'm going to tell you that he is actually here with me in the office, in studio. He's going to be updating you on exactly what has happened in his 30-day experience. He's 21 days in today. So in the middle of this all, I'm going to bring him on and he's going to share with you what's happened. And what I really like about Trent is literally, I feel like I could have pulled anyone from YouTube land into this experiment and created 30 days of success. But I want to see, like, that's just like a hallucination in my mind. What happens in reality? Well, you're going to find out today. This experiment has led to me wanting to invite 49 more of you on a journey. Can you make thousands of dollars in the next 30 days with a simple side hustle? And by side hustle, no, I do not mean a part-time or full-time job. I mean, can you take a couple hours on the side Monday through Friday and do something that can replace your entire income? And that's what today's presentation is all about. I'm not going to spoil it for you, so you're going to have to listen and watch the screen because I think it's going to be a little mind-bending what you're about to witness. So some of you know that I'm a business coach or I'm a real estate coach and that I love to mentor people. The reason why this was so meaningful is now I see one of my friends who might be losing his job. I know Trent's wife, Esther. I know his 4 kids. We spend time together. And honestly, the idea of him not being able to supply his family with the life that he's created for them, it hit me. And I knew that it was awakening a giant within to say now and no more of this waiting for the government, no more for the WHO and the World Health Organization helping us know when we can get our lives going again. My life has only financially gotten better through this mess because of what I've learned. I've been preparing for winter, but no one else has. So today that changes with you. So listen, we've got several of you watching this. I want to know how many of you want to personally join a private mentoring journey with me for me to literally show you what you can do in your life in the next 30 days. And is it possible for you to be on track for making 6 figures with a side hustle? Well, here's what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to teach you exactly how to make money in any market. I'm also going to show you the 3 secrets of becoming a financial genius. I'm going to give you the business basics. And you don't need a PhD in this. You don't need a master's like me. What I'm really going to give you is a perfect hidden 6-figure business. And then at the end, guys, I'm going to hang out for a long time. I'm going to do some live Q&A with you. First of all, just for being here today, I've got a $600 gift for you. Those of you that stay here till the end, we are going to be emailing everyone present at the end a free class that I created on how to create endless leads online in business. It is hyper relevant to actually what we're talking about today. That is a free class. You can see actually a picture of Marianne there when she had shorter blonde hair. We produced this just a couple of years ago, and we're going to give you that whole course for free. All right, so check it out. It's time to get going. In a moment, I'm going to end the contest. But first, I want to note the following. I'm committed to helping you guys kill it in real estate, kill it in business. But you need to understand that nothing I say today should be construed as legal advice. And you should also understand that I'm going to be sharing Trent's results, and they shouldn't be deemed typical because legally I have to say that. The reality is Trent is just one human being. I want to take 49 more, 50 individuals, and in the next 30 days, I want to see if I can duplicate with you what Trent's done in the last 3 weeks. Let's find out. All right, so a couple more things for you guys to be aware of. The contest has officially ended. If you guys hit the chat bar and if you actually dropped in kind of what you think the quotation should be for 2020, crazy year, I'm going to vote a winner at the very end. So team, go ahead and find your favorite 5 and I will pick the winner. All right, so that we're going to do that at the end.
They're going to do a poll to pick the winner.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. You guys are actually picking the winner. They're going to launch a poll at the end, and you guys get to vote on what of the 5 is your favorite. It's up to you
We're going to
guys.
send them the money right away.
And we're going to send the money right away. We're going to shoot it right out. All right, so check it out. The 3 sectors of financial genius. Right now, guys, you need to understand that if you want to be an all-around financial hero, a genius, you need to possess the right mindset. You need to possess an active income strategy, and then you need to possess a passive income strategy. And I'm going to define those for you right now. Please take out notes, paper, and pen. School is officially in session. I promise you, you can go to Harvard or Yale and not get a business class like you're about to get this hour. First of all, 3 sectors of financial genius. Why mindset? Because I'm going to tell you right now, as your mindset expands, It expands in proportion to the people that you mentor with. Why do people go to Harvard? They want the best professors. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying that I'm the best financial teacher out there. I am saying I am absolutely 100% one of the best financial teachers out there. I do have an approach to business that a lot of people appreciate and some people hate. I'm going to give you some advice today that a financial planner or CPA would say, oh my gosh, do not implement what that guy says, because I believe they want you to fail by doing things that are far too conservative in life. So I just want to tell you right now that my mentor prepared me for economic winter. I've been spending the last couple of years with Tony Robbins, and he's been teaching me how to be a beast in winter. Winter came on a couple of months ago when coronavirus halted the economy, and I made a determination that this would be the year that we double and triple again because of the coronavirus. And we are succeeding. Like, we have opened up new doors. Your mind's going to be blown. I'm going to share it with you right now. We're going to open everything up. Number two sector that some people ignore, most people ignore, is passive income. Guys, a long-term approach to financial freedom is what real estate is. Every one of you right here watching this should be a millionaire in the next decade if you just implement some of the basic things that I teach you here. And it's all on the side. It doesn't require your time. It's passive, right? I do that. Real estate is my favorite way of doing that because I produce double-digit ROIs. And then here's the third sector to become a financial genius that most of you do not have a good grasp on. And it is what I call active income. And what I mean by that is a side hustle or a business. Most of you got jobs, you work for someone else, and your lifestyle is entailed on how much money someone is willing to pay you. Doesn't that suck? Like, doesn't it suck for someone else to tell you how to live your life? But financially, when they write a check for your wage, they're essentially doing that. You can only dice up that money so many ways. I've always believed that you should be in charge of your financial freedom. And how you do that is by controlling your own active income. And so with that being said, I want to share with you today one of my biggest keys for building an active income. Most of you are going to be shocked at this stat. Most people do not know that when you're hired by a boss, did you know that their goal is to produce 4 times the revenue on what they pay you? If they pay you 50 grand a year, they expect you to make them 200 grand a year. Why aren't you getting the 200 grand? You're being leveraged. That's not all bad. We do need people to work for people. But if you are stuck, if you're not financially getting ahead, if you feel disempowered, then it means that you should be more in charge of producing your active income. And if I can show you with 2 hours on the side how to make 6 figures, how cool would that be? That's taking back control and saying, I'm in charge, not the coronavirus. I'm in charge, not my boss. I'm in charge, nobody else. You are the financial planner of your life. And I really believe in that. So I'm gonna teach you how to get a 4X on your own time and effort. Frankly, I'm gonna teach you how to get a 10X. All right, so business basics, just to make sure we're on the same page. I'm gonna cruise through these really fast because I'm about to show you my favorite hidden 6-figure business. And I'm gonna give you proof on how badly we're crushing it, like how incredible it is. But it doesn't make sense if you don't understand the basics. So every business has these 3 things in common: marketing, selling, and fulfilling. And what does that really mean? So marketing, selling, and fulfilling. First of all, tons of you have great ideas for businesses, but if you can't market and create a bunch of leads, then your idea is stupid. You could even say, I can cure cancer, but if you can't market, then it's stupid. So for business to be successful, you know how to generate leads. Then you have to know how to sell, and then you know how to fulfill. So like, take a basic idea. It's like, dude, let's just say that let's say I was a teenager and I'm mowing lawns. I got to go to my neighbors, that's marketing, and say, let me mow your lawn for cheaper than you're doing it. And then you got to sell them on why they should let you do it. But then you got to go out each week and you got to mow the lawn. You collect 100 yards, 100 lawns, and now you're making, $3,000 a month, and you've created some level of financial security for yourself. Those 3 things are always a part of business. I promise you that if you're struggling in business, or if your business that you work for is struggling, it's because during the coronavirus, they suck at marketing. Not selling, not fulfilling. Most businesses know how to fulfill. That's why they go into business. They're artists wanting to deliver their trade, but they either don't know how to sell or they don't know how to market. So here are the 3 secrets. Number 1, foundations of business, marketing. Businesses with few leads die. Businesses with barely enough leads survive. That's most businesses. But businesses with too many leads thrive. So whatever I'm going to show you today has to be able to produce, frankly, endless leads. And endless is a big promise. So let's see if I can actually deliver on that. I want to show you an underserved sector in your backyard that you are not aware of, where you can kill it on 6 figures and make some serious money. And the reason why it works is, number one, I wouldn't even have this conversation if I couldn't show you how to have literally endless leads in your business. So I'm going to break that down for you. Number two, selling. People hate sales. Let's be honest. Do you really want to like buy some freaking sales course and be like, I've learned how to become a slick salesperson with a silver tongue? Nobody wants that, right? I mean, frankly, that's why most businesses fail. Most businesses have to be able to convert 1 in 5 leads to be able to have a good business. And if you can't do that, you're probably failing. The key to really selling is having a product so simple that it sells itself. I'm actually going to teach you a technique to literally produce sales without selling. And I'm also going to teach you how to do it almost exclusively through text, so you never have to talk to a soul. It's called cut and paste. And if you can cut and paste in text, in fact, all the technology that you've used to get on this live training with me is all you need to actually be able to kill it in this business. Got it? All right. And then the third thing that we're talking about today is fulfilling that business. And what that means, this is where most people do really well, but this is where people suck. This is where people screw it up. They sell something that they have to fulfill. By the way, if you're fulfilling on something that you're selling and it's you doing it, I mean, guys, 90+% of businesses are solopreneurs. It means that you're marketing, you're selling, and you're fulfilling. You make all of your money selling, not fulfilling, but you're in the business to fulfill. So 90% of your time is a total waste. You should be outsourcing, and that's how you get out of the business and become an owner. So people screw this one up too. So guys, I know it's coming hard and fast, but I'm teaching you how to win so I can show you literally in your backyard working from home, from your cell phone, how to text and literally print money. It sounds quite hyperbolistic, but I'm going to prove it. All right, so those are the foundations of business. So just imagine for a moment this, with all of you watching, we got 918 of you on right now. If you had endless leads and you had awesome conversions and never felt like you were selling and could outsource the fulfillment, how would you feel? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that you would feel like you were financially free, because you've got people doing 90% of the work for you. You're doing only a little bit of it. Remember, it's a side hustle, and yet you're making all of this money. So how do you do that? Like, is this a gimmick? Is this real? Or is this just like some freaking phony garbage? Guys, I've been in this game for 16 years. I've done over $1 billion worth of real estate. And there's a reason why you can go online and Google my reputation, and it is what it is. It's because I don't do anything unless I'm 1,000,000% behind it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever launched something as exciting as what you're hearing in this moment. So here's my big question for you. Are you ready to learn how to kill it in business? Because if you are, it's going to come hard and fast, and it's going to make a ton of sense, I think. Okay, first of all, write this down. The difference in definition between a business operator and a business owner. What is the difference? An operator is what most business people are. They earn low margins, and as a result, by the way, that means that of every dollar they collect, they keep 10% of it. They keep a dime for every dollar. And as a result, guess what? Instead of hiring someone to do the fulfillment, they can't. Now they have to be the fulfillment. That's why most businesses fail, is because they don't have good margin. They're forced to work in the business. And because you lose your time in trade for money, you don't feel free. You feel trapped. And this is why people fail in business. Business owners, however, they are smart. They only get into business with high margins and lots of leads. And that means that they can pay someone else to do the work so they can have the money and the time. What is financial freedom? It's having time and money. So 20% of businesses fail in the first year, 50% fail in their 5th year, 70% fail by their 10th year. Like, how crazy is that? By the way, I just want to share this with you. Like, how do I actually know that myself? I know that because guess what I did when I first became a business owner? I failed. I ran too expensive a ship. I hired too many people. And at the end of the day, there was no money for me. And I sucked at business. I think everyone sucks in business until you get a mentor. I have literally paid like serious 7 figures for mentors to teach me how to do it. And if you look at me like, wow, Chris, you're killing it. Like Midas touch, everything is turning to gold. How do you do that? I don't say that to brag. I say that to say, I've invested in myself and I've had mentors that have gotten me smart. I hope today I can be that for you. All right, so let me just give you a couple more stats that might surprise you about business. The average small business owner earns 46 grand a year. Just think of that. Did you know that the average earner in America earns $44,000 a year? So To go in business for yourself, you only earn $2,000 more on average, but you know what? You're wearing all the hats. 86% of business owners make less than $100,000 a year, and less than 2% make $1 million. Literally, what I'm going to share with you today, I call it 7-figure hustle. Not 6-figure and definitely not 5-figure. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I promised you I would give you my 5 business secrets. I'm going to deliver on that promise right now. You are going to want to write these down. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because I'm going to open up for Q&A in the end. And I do want to make sure that I get through all of the material. I chopped today full of like give, and help you really get this. And I've already told you up front, I am today looking for 49 people that want to join Trent and I in the next 30 days to create what he has. And so some of you will hang out a little longer at the end to learn about that. So let me give it to you. The 5 business secrets are: number 1, you have to have standards and profit margins. Most people are like, no, business is about what you do. Bullcrap. A part of business, if you want to be good at it, you have to have a margin. And I'll define margin real quick. If you make a buck, how much of that dollar do you get to keep? I think that you should be keeping not 10% like the average business. I think you should be keeping 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. So we're going to talk about that. Number 2, I'm going to talk about abundant, qualified, cheap leads. I call this my endless lead system. Never, this is strong words, never engage in business that does not have an abundance of qualified leads, because your business will always struggle. That's how you can waste decades of your life on the wrong program. So you need an abundant of qualified leads. Number 3, your business has to be simple. By the way, if these are your standards, I will keep you from getting involved with 98% of businesses that are doomed to fail 10 years from now. You'll be like, man, I wish I could go back in time and get my 10 years back because that sucked. There's nothing worse than waking up after years, take it from me, after years of hard work and then saying to yourself, oh, if I literally just woke up 4 years earlier and didn't do this business, I would be better off and I would have my life back. Now I got to learn the school of hard knocks. Don't do that. They are avoidable. So your business has to be simple. Let me define that. Number 4, you have to avoid passion plays. Your passion can screw you over because you'll get passionate about an idea, product, or service, and you're not actually thinking, is this business smart? And then number 5, I am going to show you how to be a business operator through outsourcing instead of be an owner who outsources versus an operator that gets stuck in the business. So those are the 5 things coming up right now. Here they are. Number 1, high profit margin standards. Did you know that the average business makes 10%? A sucky business makes 5%, and a really good business makes 20%. I think 20% sucks. Most people think that's amazing. Right now, why are businesses going out of business? It's not because of the COVID-19. It's because they have such a fragile business model with such a low margin. Listen, with 953 of you in this moment listening to my message, here's what I want you to know. If you have a business that has been hurt, it doesn't mean you're bad and it doesn't mean your business is bad, but it does mean that you have something to learn about insulating your business that can take a hit and still do well. Because if you're in a business that can't take a hit and do well, it's too fragile. It's way too risky. So 54% are like close right now. And so I want you to imagine this. What if you had a 40% margin? What if you had a 50% margin? What would change? Dude, I'll tell you what would change. You could lose half of your business and still make good money. That's the difference. But if you don't understand the standard, so when you're looking at a business, as I'm about to share with you, my favorite hidden side business for producing crazy income with little time, you should be asking, Chris, what's the margin on that business? If it's not good, you shouldn't engage. Number 2, does it have an abundance of qualified, cheap leads? So failing businesses, it's because they lack leads. They're depending. The lifeblood of their business is their leads. And if they don't have them, they're going to have a problem. So you need to understand right now, watch me on this one. I need you to understand this. If you don't have an abundance of cheap leads, or if you can't produce endless leads, you're screwed. Do you remember the $600 bonus I'm giving you at the end? That was me and Marianne teaching you for free online how to produce endless cycles of cheap leads. That's even if you do nothing with me today but get knowledge, that course, it's money. So I'm pumped that you have that. All right. Here's where we're at. You need a business that has an abundance. Now, here's what I think. I want to define abundance for you. Too many leads than you can work. That's how much it is. If you have too many leads that you can work, then you've chosen a good, smart business. But number 3, it has to be simple. One of my coaches, Tony Robbins, taught me, he says, complexity is the enemy of execution. If you want to be self-sufficient, you got to do something simple. It means that Can I train someone in 1 hour or 1 day to run the entire business? Well, I'm going to tell you that I spent less than a day with Trent for him to get the results that he has in the last 3 weeks. So why did it work? Because it's simple. So it needs to be crazy, stupid, simple, and duplicatable. Secret number 4, be very, very careful of passion plays. Passion is great. I want you to have like, dude, can you like feel the passion oozing? Some of you are like, dude, that Chris Corona is so fake. Like, is he really always so freaking animated? Dude, I'm just telling you, like, you hang out with me. Like, ask my wife. She's like, like he's like, he's got natural caffeine coursing through his veins. Marianne, am I just not this?
All the time.
But I beasted myself. Like, I like high energy. I like low energy sees and creates problems. High energy creates solutions. And I love living in a higher state of energy. So, I mean, dude, whether you like that or not, that's up to you. I'm just telling you, though, that passion is a drive that I produce inside of myself by choice. Be very careful, however, of finding a product that you feel passionate about. Do not feel passionate about products. Be passionate about your customers. Fall in love with your clients. Be passionate about helping them succeed. And that will drive you into better businesses. So, for example, what makes you more money than a business you're passionate about is what I'm about to show you. By the way, the numbers have to make sense on it. If you have a business where you're like, Chris, I love this product and I love how it serves people, but I don't have enough leads and I don't make enough money when I sell it, guess what I would say? Take it out to pasture, pull out your freaking 12 gauge and shoot it in the head, point blank. Blood, splatter, gore everywhere, kill it. Like, I'm telling you right now, if you have a business and you're like, I'm struggling, I don't have enough leads, I have a bad margin, stop it. Take it out of pasture, play your 12 gauge, put it right on the part of the head where you know it will go through the brain and destroy that mother. I do not want you playing in the wrong realm of business. I know that's really strong language, but some of you need to hear it because otherwise you're not going to make a change. I want you to definitively know, I think that's dumb. Don't be dumb, be smart. Here's number 5, owner versus operator. Here's the difference. Are you making enough money that you can outsource? Are you making enough money that you can outsource? For example, let's say that you had a business where you could sell something for $5,000 and you had a profit margin of $2,500 after you paid someone else to do the work. Then by having the idea and having it sold, you got to make all of that money and someone else got to do the fulfillment. If you are business owners, if you're the one fulfilling on what you're selling, stupid. You might love it. And by the way, if you're earning good money and you're doing great, then ignore me. But if you're struggling, if you're not making enough money, then you're at risk. And it could be because your passion has blinded you. What you should do, I want you to look at the bottom of the page right now. If you want to reclaim 90% of your time, you have to stop fulfilling on what you're selling. Does that make sense? I hope that you and I are connecting right now. I just gave you like my 5 secrets. By the way, people all the time email me. Every day I get emailed a proposal. Chris, what do you think of this business? And you know what the 5 things I ask are? I go through and I say, what's its profit margin? How simple is it? I go through these 5. And if it doesn't match that's my sniff test. If it doesn't meet those 5, if it's like, oh, I got 4 of them, that's probably 80% okay. No, one of the 5 missing is bad. One of the 5 missing is stupid. Does that make sense? I don't want you to do that. So let's actually get on and share with the 944 of you right now, something like insanely superior and better. Would you guys like to see like a cool business model? Like, I'm pumped about this. I want to tell you what I did with Trent, and I want to also just have you check out my perfect business. With what I'm about to show you, some of you alone are literally going to be able to take this and say, Chris, I'm out. I'm going to implement what you're doing right now. Some of you are smart enough to do this without any additional help. So I hope you're paying attention, and I'll tell you when to capture the screenshot so that you can literally run and do your best. All right. For me to reveal this underserved business sector where we are creating massive disruption, I have a couple of questions for you. What do all homes have in common? Every single family home, what they share in common is what I call the American dream. Everyone wants a place to live, but by the way, guess where you put your money on the weekends? Into the lawn, into the garden, into painting the house, to fixing up the house. Everyone wants their kingdom to be beautiful. And let's be honest, when you do have your own home, you feel a little bit more like the king of the castle or the queen of the castle. This is your kingdom. So people, there's a lot of home maintenance. I hope you're listening. It's like, strange, Chris. It's like you're going to give me a business idea about real estate. I'm like, well, hello, this is who I am. However, what do you do when you have a home-based project that you don't want to do yourself? Like, Oh my gosh, we need to switch out the carpet. I don't want to rent a carpet stretcher and replace the carpet. Or I need to update my kitchen. I don't want to do the tile work. Or dude, I want to landscape. I don't want to plant trees. Or I'm going to freaking kill my garden, but I want one. There's things that you want. There's home projects that you need done. What do you do when you don't want to do the home project? Let me guess. You hire a handyman, right? You find a handyman or a licensed contractor, and these are the people that you say, hey, come in and do this for me. I'm going to pay you to do it for me. And yet, do you know what they all share in common? It's on the bottom of the screen. You can see it. They suck at technology. It's almost like if you're a handyman, you don't really understand how the internet works. I don't know why it is, but people with tools are not usually like online internet business savvy geniuses. And what that does is that creates a really interesting phenomenon. Here's my perfect business. I'd screenshot this. A simple recession-proof business anyone can do in their backyard that can easily generate 6 figures. I'm about to prove it. And it is this. In your backyard, you have homes. And the people that own those homes have endless home projects that they don't want to do, and they want someone else to do it. And guess what? They cannot easily go online and find leads for handyman. It is a offline, manual, referral-based thing, and it's the way the world has worked forever. And no matter, we've had the internet for how many decades, and still they haven't figured this one out. Well, let me share with you this perfect hack. This is the perfect business. We're going to disrupt local handyman projects by bringing online marketing to a sector that doesn't market online. In fact, this is what I'm about to share with you is crazy. It started last fall. Some of you know that I do business with my younger brother, Nick. Some people think he's the more handsome of the two of us. He's in studio today, so you can judge for yourself. I'll feel better. My self-esteem will be you'll score points if you tell me I'm more handsome between the two of us. He grew out his hair and has this ponytail thing. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. My wife would kill me. Anyway, so here's the deal. My brother Nick is an online marketing genius, as in he has spent over $10 million in the last 3 years alone on online marketing for selling online stuff. And last fall, he got curious and decided to do online marketing in the handyman sector and uncovered crazy disruption. He found out that just about everything you want done on a house that people are looking for, you can generate stupid, cheap, endless leads and literally farm out the projects and make crazy buco bucks. When I saw him doing this last fall, he was making 10 grand a week, and he was using almost no time and doing it entirely by text. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, Chris, I know it's really weird. I know I'm supposed to only, as an online marketer, sell online stuff, but I decided to enter this handyman space for home projects, and I am killing it on the world's cheapest leads. Generally less than $10 a lead for projects over $1,000. And he just started making a killing. And I'm like, yeah, that is weird. I have no idea why you would do that. So you can start to imagine what happened when Trent knocks on my door and says, dude, if I'm losing my job in the next 90 days, you're the first person I'm going to ask for mentorship. What do I do? Well, I'm going to share with you how we're able to help others do this exact same thing. It does work because we have insane background in marketing. So look on your screen right now. Check this out. When I say easy lead generation, I want to show you what you're looking at. Look on the left. Do you see that word house cleaning? There are people that want someone else to clean their house. People pay $30 an hour for someone to clean their house that you can pay someone else 12 to 14 hours to do. And that means that there's money to make every hour without you cleaning. Well, my brother Nick said, Chris, look at this. This week I generated 34 leads for people that clicked here. I paid $4.59 for each one of them. So I spent $155. These people all want a text with a bid on someone coming in and cleaning their house. And by the way, it's reoccurring business over and over and over again. Cheap. Or look at this one. Do you see this one for outdoor decks, number 2? He said, Chris, in 1 week, I generated 89 leads for $6.40. I was just spending $30 a day, and these leads just started coming in. And these people have $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 deck jobs, and they just need someone to replace their deck. Or check this one out. This one is stupid. Do you see this bottom one, sod? Do you know what sod is? It is grass. Someone at a farm grows grass and then cuts it out of the ground and puts it on a pallet so that when someone says, hey, I want a yard, and they don't grow grass from seed, they literally plant sod and it's like instant lawn. Well, look at this. 43 leads at 90 pennies a lead. He spent $38. Dude, people pay $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 for a sod job, and it's loaded up with crazy margin. But you don't have to freaking buy the sod and lay the sod. You can be the broker of the home project. So what I'm revealing right now, what if you could spend 2 hours a day, like just check this out for a second. What if you could spend 2 hours a day on the side, on your phone, texting leads coming in and then giving prices and having people say yes, and then someone does all the work and you get paid the big bucks? Well, what would that actually look like? That was the first thing that popped in my head when Trent came to me 3 weeks ago today and said, Chris, if I lose my job, I have to figure out how to replace 6 figures. And honestly, I don't know if I can get a job in my industry during coronavirus. So I'm screwed. What am I going to do? And I thought, well, high margin, simple, outsource, make a lot of money. Well, let me show you what actually happened. And we're going to break this down for you. First of all, just to be clear, when we say easy lead generation, you want to take a picture of this screen right now. What I'm showing you right now is literally like marketing liquid golden magic. This is our deck lead. This is one of them. That image, you can find that image online. You could copy and paste those words. And if you know how to target the right demographic on Facebook in your area, you could start generating with that ad $6.50 deck leads. And you could outsource it to someone else and make $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a job. You want more money? You just say, oh, let's turn it up and get more leads. So now we're doing, 2 jet jobs a week. I'm making $4,000 a week. Like, can you imagine for a moment what I'm sharing here? This is the dumbest side hustle on the planet. I hope you took a picture of it. That was actually an actual lead that is making crazy money. Here's the story behind it all. This is me and my brother Nick in my Maverick X3. Yes, for those of you that watch my YouTube videos, I did buy one, and then I spent like 15 grand on upgrades, and I'm having like all these trails are next to my house. I use it every day. This is my brother Nick. I want you to text right now who's more handsome. Left is the guy on the left. That's me. The guy on the right is my brother Nick. Will you launch a poll? Don't do that. Nick, we all know you're going to win, bro. I'm going to introduce Nick in just a second here. When I say that Nick's a marketing genius, he's been a solopreneur, dropped out of college, making way more money than his professors. And what I'm going to do right now is I want to actually introduce you to my brother Nick. So we're just going to pivot the camera here. And this is my brother Nick Crone. How you doing, man?
Yeah, how's it going?
Dude, Nick is family, so we are not 6 feet apart because we hang out all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, Nick, last fall, I just got to ask, last fall, how weird was it when you said, you know what, I'm going to take all of my marketing genius and apply it to home project handyman space? Like, was that weird for you?
Honestly, I was doing the project at my house and I was like, I've never seen anyone advertise this. And so I just threw it up and tried it. And it was just,
how cheap were the leads?
$1, $2.
And how did you feel about that?
I was jumping up and down.
So you got cheap leads. Then what did you do next? I just want to know.
So I spent $4, had 2 leads come in.
Yeah.
And I texted them right away. One guy texted me back and said, hey, let's get on the phone. And 10 minutes later, I had a $250 deposit that I processed on.
So you spent $4.
Yeah.
Right, for leads.
$4, yeah.
And one of the 2 leads said, let's go.
Yep.
And how much did you make when you did that job?
It was about a $2,000 job. So I didn't do the job myself.
You hired it out.
I hired it out.
Even the first job.
Even the first job.
Even though you knew how to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't want to do it, of course.
Right?
And
because your time's more valuable than fulfillment.
Yeah. And I made about $1,200.
So you made $1,200 off of spending a couple of bucks online. And like, I know that opened your mind because then you're like, oh my gosh, does this exist everywhere? And I know that you started like testing like roofing, planter boxes, like paint my house.
Everything.
Like you tested everything. And,
Yeah.
and what are you finding in general?
Honestly, most of them are under $10 leads. And my rule is if you can't build a business on a $10 lead, you're doing something wrong.
Then I won't say it. So here's my general rule. If the lead is less than $10 for a project over $1,000 in the handyman space, you should have a worthy margin.
Absolutely.
That makes sense?
Yep.
So what you did next, I'm just going to tell them, like over the next 6 weeks, I saw you like ramp up the lead spend. You started spending like $20 a day, started spending more money. And you basically, you had one person calling the leads and texting them. You had one person giving free estimates and you had one person doing the jobs, and you were doing like a job a day.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, I think we did 11 jobs in a week.
How much did you make that week?
I don't know, $12,000, $13,000.
So guys, makes $12,000, $13,000 in a week. But let me ask, are you taking the calls?
No.
Are you estimating the jobs?
No.
Are you doing the work?
No.
So by the way, how much time did you, just be honest, how much time did you put out to make that 12 grand?
I probably spent about an hour and a half in communication with my scheduler, and she ran the whole operation.
So 90 minutes, so you're making like 9 grand an hour.
Yeah.
By the way, when you start making 5 figures an hour, you do start feeling a little bit like a boss. I'm just saying. We make 4 figures an hour, it's like, oh, I reached a threshold. Because most people are like, am I a double digit earner? Am I a triple digit earner? But when you know you're a quadruple digit earner, like the game changes.
That's right.
So real quick, we're about to bring Trent on. And I called you up 3 weeks ago today. And I basically said, dude, I introduced you to Trent. He's in trouble. He's not going to be able to take care of his family, potentially, if he loses his job. And I said, would you literally open up all of your leads to him and let's just throw him into this thing and see if he can do what you were doing? And what did you say?
I said, absolutely. And it honestly, I wanted to learn more too. And if I could have someone actually follow up and sell them, what better learning is there than that?
Yeah, guys, literally, Nick exposed a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. In your area, there are 25 different home-based projects for leads under $10 that cost over $1,000 to do. And dude, it would take you lifetimes to expand that all over everywhere.
Yep.
But so you just decided to give it to Trent. And basically, guys, Trent's been at it for 3 weeks. Trent struggled his first week because he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I gave him a little bit of mentoring. Second week went better. Then just on Sunday, I sat down with him again and said, don't do it this way, do it that way. And now today is the end of his 3rd week. Remember, it's a 30-day experiment. It ends next Sunday. And I wanted to know this. Could Trent basically produce $8,000 in money with 30 days of work? And dude, we're about to find out. But dude, thank you for being here. Yeah. I just want to ask you, you've been doing it. He's been doing it. We opened this up last year to a handful of people with epoxy. They're doing it. My question for you is not just one opportunity, but literally just so many. Is this something that you think the average person could do? So
I think anyone can do this. And honestly, if they follow your advice, become an owner, not an operator, systems, I think they'll make way more money.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, you got to know how to hustle.
Yeah.
Like you can't be afraid to text someone when a lead comes in. If you're shy and you're scared of people, do not become one of my 49 people to join me and Trent in the next 30 days. Please don't. Now, if you're shy, but you're willing to overcome it, be like, I will text people. That's different, but I need you to show up. That's super important. Deal? Okay, guys, Nick, thank you for being here today. Guys, check it out. In a moment, I'm going to be bringing on Trent. He's actually here. I'm going to show you his result right now. Real quick, looks like the video just froze. Hopefully the audio is good. Let me just check for a moment to make sure that technologically everything is doing great.
Audio's still good.
Audio's still good. That's great. I'm just gonna bring in the tech team. So Trent, I'm gonna bring him on in just a minute. I'm gonna actually just share with you exactly what he just did. And I'm gonna see if I can put the slide on the screen here, if we can get the screen coming back, because it sounds like you guys can still hear me on the air. All right, let's do that. All right. It looks like, will you guys just hop on the chat and let me know if you can see this screen right here? It's possible I hit a button on that without knowing it. All right, so guys, if you guys can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, you've lost my feed, but you've got me and Trent right here. So Trent, this is my friend from YouTube, and this is his story. On April 22nd, Trent's boss let him know that he'll likely be laid off as a result of COVID-19. His boss was doing him a solid. He said, hey, I just want to kind of prepare you for what might happen. The very next day on the 23rd, Trent reaches out to me with the news about his job, and I start crafting a plan. Then on the 24th, I share the perfect business to replace his job, and Trent agrees to try it out. Number 4 there, marketing is turned on for Trent's new business. Leads start coming in fast. So basically between April 22nd and April 25th, the game changed dramatically. And what does that actually mean for today? Well, Trent has already booked a certain number of jobs, and now I'm going to show you what it looks like. You might want to screenshot this right here. And then if you also know how to minimize this right here, this little black square. Yeah. So guys, check this out. Trent's 30-day goal, I said, I want to see if in 30 days you can make $8,000 of income. And what essentially happened is I started opening up the floodgates on all of these leads, and Trent decided to start running with 3 of them. One was roofing, one was bouldering retaining walls, and one of them was sod installation. Now, on the left, you can see that he got 59 roofing leads, and those came in at $7.22 a lead. On the bouldering right below, you can see 7 leads at $3.97. Those just turned on a couple of days ago. And then sod installation, he's produced 84 leads. Those were at 90 cents, but to generate that volume of leads, it went from 90 cents a lead to 95 cents a lead. Now, I want you to pop over to what's in the pipeline and go over to the current bids. Basically, Trent took his roofing leads and hooked up a buddy that's a roofer and said, hey, will you bid these 12 jobs? And then next to it, 7 of those people said yes. And that's generated $4,300 for Trent as those jobs move to actually get done and completed. On the bouldering, 7 people responded. He got 4 bids to 4 people right over the phone. 3 of them committed to the job. He has $1,328 coming in without doing the work. And then on sod, he just discovered that baby a little over a week ago. He did 14 bids. He started by getting in his car, driving around, and said, stop doing that. Text people, text people. Of the 14 bids, 7 of them turned into commitments, literally every other bid. And what does that mean? $10,300 of revenue, not all of that profit. So look at the very bottom. $15,900 of total revenue that's generated, $8,800 of estimated profits. Guys, in 3 weeks, Trent is on track for receiving $8,844. Now, in a moment, I'm going to bring Trent on and we'll actually get a chance to hear from him, or at least we'll get his audio because for whatever reason, it looks like our video signal got dropped. So I'll just say he's a handsome fellow. But let me show you this next slide. Guys, the results are in. It looks like, oh shoot, my brother's more handsome than me. You guys suck. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, what about the other leads? Trent still has a bunch of roofing leads, boulder leads, and sod leads. He's getting in touch with them. He believes in revenue. He has another 12 grand that he'll make on roofing, conservatively, 700 from boulders, and 20,000 from sod, a total of 35,000 of revenue. Take a screenshot of that last number. Trent believes that with those leads, he'll have $26,844 in total come in from the leads that have been generated in the last 3 weeks. Now, so far, he's got jobs lined up for $8,800 of profit, but he's estimating $26,000 by the time he gets around to the rest of those leads. So, guys, that's what we're looking at here right now. That's what it looks like. So guys, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Trent. Trent, if you can just kind of walk on over here. Our camera isn't quite working, so we're going to go audio until the tech team sees if they can fire up the camera. But dude, thank you so much for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
So Trent, first of all, can you just tell us a little bit about yourselves, like in terms of, hey, guys, it's a little too loud. So real quick, Trent, can you just tell us a little bit in terms of like how you were feeling 3 weeks ago when you found out that there was a chance you were going to lose your job?
Yeah, so I work at a large national company, and the CEO did a call with the entire firm and just said there might be some changes that have to take place. And I completely understood. And working in a smaller department, I felt like there's a really high chance that I could be one of those people. Now, thankfully, since we had that talk, I've had a talk with my boss. I'm not, my head's not on the chopping block, so to speak. But that feeling that I had, I never want to have that feeling again.
Well, dude, you talked to me right away, and I think I caught you a little off guard because after I thought about it and processed it, I basically said, dude, come over. I want to talk with you, and I think there's something you can do in the next 30 days that can help you create your own job security. What was that conversation like for you?
Well, knowing the amount of time that I spend with you, I always get a little nervous when you say I've got an idea. So my overall thought was your ideas 99% of the time are fantastic. I leave a 1% variance there because you're not perfect. But
I can own that.
Okay. But I was very anxious to hear what you had to say. And when you sat down and talked to me about this, it made perfect sense. Like there's multiple industries that are already established, but like you said earlier, they don't market. They don't market properly. They fulfill properly, but they market terribly.
Yeah. So I laid out the plan. Hey guys, it looks like we might be getting like a secondary camera on screen that we might be able to use here. No, I can't see that yet.
Still looking.
All right, they're still working on it. So Trent, basically, like, let's talk about the 3 weeks. Like, you decided, dude, you took a leap of faith. You said, you know what? Let's give it a go. This feeling sucks that I might lose my job. And so you dove in. Like, what was it like at first? And when did you start saying, oh my gosh, this might actually work?
So at first, being kind of you and Nick's test guinea pig, there was a lot of things thrown at me. And I figured out what worked over that first week and a half. What was working for me the easiest. There's other things in there that I know that will work that are going to take a little bit more time on my part.
Yeah, you can't do everything at once, dude. You can't tackle like 25 sources of leads. Right?
Yeah, I mean, in the back of my mind, knowing what I know now, I have 10 things lined up that I want to do, but I'm going to establish and perfect these 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and on up.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to me.
So it sounds like you found 3 niches so far that you're like, all right, I'm just going to run with those. And I know that you found a buddy of yours that is a roofing contractor. So you've just been basically handing the leads off to him. Tell me about that one, first of all.
Yeah, so the roofing one was the one that immediately there was the fit.
Yeah.
It's roofing leads are coming in. I literally just send them a text. I have yet to speak to someone that wants a roof over the phone.
So you just text them?
I literally just text them. And if they're interested, I try to qualify them for my buddy that owns the roofing company because he's going to have to go out and give them a bid. And I just say, hey, will you send me a couple pictures of your house? And are you willing to have someone come by and give you a bid? If they're not willing to take a picture of their house and text it to me,
then you're not going to waste your buddy's time.
then I'm not going to waste my buddy's time. So I'm helping him qualify his time because his time's valuable. He goes out, does the bid for it. He sends me a copy of the bid.
Yeah.
Because he's a good guy with a lot of integrity. So, and what we established just right off the bat, he's never done anything like this. I've obviously never done anything like this. He said, well, what if I pay you a 5% commission on every job that I do? And I said, okay, what's a low end roofing job? He said $9,000, $10,000. So I'm like, okay, 10 grand, that's $500 to me. Easy. I can do that all day long. So in the $4,300 that I've generated in roofing leads, I think at most I have 10 minutes of time into a single one.
Wow. So literally, I mean, dude, you're talking about like, dude, that's like making $50 to $100 a minute.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, now, by the way, are you going to go back to your buddy? And if you like, how excited is he that you're actually hacking online leads, which I know he's been trying to do for years and just doesn't know how?
Yeah. So he's had companies approach him. He's tried it himself and has never had good success. So when I brought this to him, he's like, if you want to do it, he's like, I'm not paying for your leads. I'm like, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to pay me for committed jobs that, you get your crews up on the roof and redo the roof.
So with 7 jobs now, how's it feeling?
He's loving this. He's
Really?
like, hey, turn it up. He goes, I could do a job to 2 jobs a day with he has like 5 or 6 crews. So he's a good, decent to good.
Do you think you can negotiate, more referral fee on that one?
Oh yeah.
If you're bringing him like some serious, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can bump that up.
So guys, check it out. $4,300 right now from that. Dude, tell me just briefly about sod. Like at first you were like driving around, and when I found out you're like, wait, you're driving around to like give people sod jobs? I said, dude, just text. Like you can't mess it up. What happened that week when you got that advice?
So people were wanting me to come out and take a look at their yards, and so I took a Saturday and I drove all over the valley. I think I spent about 4.5 hours driving around that day. And met some really nice people, gave some bids, took some measurements, everything that I needed to do. I didn't get one of those jobs. So 4 hours of my life on a Saturday, away from my wife, away from my kids, and I got nothing from it.
Yeah.
So doing some research online, I found a couple different programs that will implement Google Earth with a square footage estimator. So I'm just like, give me your address. And is it front yard? Is it backyard? Is it side yard? Are there any things that you need to tell me? Are you not going to put?
So did you just start doing a bid over the text?
Yeah. So they give me their address, and I will plug in their address to this program. It's free, by the way, and I can estimate their backyard square footage, the front yard square footage. Here's how much the sod costs. Here's the delivery fee. Here's what I'm going to charge to install it.
And so what happened? So what happened then? Because I know you literally spent a day driving around to 4 places and got nothing, and then just started like texting it. But I see that you got 7 of the last 14 jobs.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll ever drive somewhere to give someone a sod bid again.
Yeah, and I won't let you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
With that, if they have prep work they want done, I just say again, like roofing, send me a couple pictures of your yard, and I can take a pretty good guess of how long it's going to take to prep that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm wrong on the first 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, and I learn a $500 or $600 lesson, that's a pretty valuable lesson.
Wow. Dude, so I have just a couple more questions for you. The first one is, how much time are you actually like putting into this? Like what does the average look like of time that you're actually putting in?
Now that I've kind of got things established for myself, I am probably 2 hours a day. I'd say I'm 2 hours a day on the average, sending a couple texts here and there throughout the day, the large majority of it being done after work hours.
All right. So so by the way, is there flexibility on this thing? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's always best to respond to that when they come in as soon as possible. But if I'm on a conference call for my full-time job, then I have to give priority to my full-time job.
So just to be clear, you do work full-time and you've just been doing this on the side.
Yes, absolutely.
And you've just been working around your job. Now look at this number on the screen, dude. I know that right now the leads that you've worked, you've got $8,800 of profit coming in. But when you look at that number, 26,800, how realistic do you think that is based off of current leads?
Well, my personality, and I know that's the estimate that I gave you. You had no influence in that. And I'm looking at that with 3 industries, and I'm like, well, I want to bump it up to 5 in the next 30 days. So my goal is to crush that in 30 days.
So let's get to this. 90 days from now, and guys, thanks. Listen, my team's going to have the camera working in hopefully soon, so I will bring Trent back on so you can see his face and see a little bit more. But
I would win the polling contest.
I love it. I'm the ugly loser of the day. So let me ask you this question, dude. 90 days from now, because by the way, I know that this started off as 30 days, but my goal is to work with you for 90 days. And in 90 days, I don't even want you literally responding through text. I want everything farmed out, like Nick was talking about.
Right.
90 days from now, I mean, do you feel like you're at the start of the learning curve or at the end of the learning curve?
I am at the starting line. I might have taken a couple steps down the line.
So you're producing these kind of results, frankly, kind of still sucking.
Yeah.
And so 90 days from now, you think you'll be a lot better at this. Like 90 days from now, how much actual physical dollars in hand per month do you think you're going to be earning? Just a guess.
Conservatively, 30 to 40,000.
30 or 40 grand a month of profit. So just curious, if you were making 30 or $40,000 of profit, would you have the option of leaving your job if you wanted to?
Of course I would. I think anyone would have that option to leave their job with that kind of money. I'm really, I love the industry that I work in, but if something like this happens and I did lose my job, then I'm safe.
Got it. Okay, guys, real quick. One last question for you, Trent. We have 858 people here, and I told you that I want 49 people to join a private club with me for the next 30 days. My brother Nick is going to be there. I'm going to be there, and I want to add 49 people to validate and do what you're doing. Knowing just yourself, people watching this, like, is this something that you would recommend for someone that's serious about supplementing their income or really kind of taking charge of their own financial future? Yeah,
if someone's serious about doing this, they absolutely need to get involved and be flexible, be willing to learn. I had a great experience with you when I said, it's not quite going the way that I want. You took 5 minutes and said, do this, this, and this. And everything started to roll from there.
Got it. Well, there's a certain level of mentorship. There's definitely a learning curve. Dude, Trent, thanks for being here. Just hang tight in the chair over there. We'll see if we can get the camera working. Guys, I said it. I'm looking for 49 people to join me, Trent, my brother Nick, on a journey for the next 30 days, because I think that we're sitting on top of a new multi-trillion-dollar industry. And what I want to do is I want to empower as many Americans during the coronavirus to freaking take their financial life back and not wait on a boss, a government, or anyone else. So the question is this for you? And I have 3 questions for you to ask to find out. Number 1, can you follow my instructions to generate leads? Rather, my brother's, because like starting next Monday, you're going to be live with me and Nick, and we're going to record it, but I want you live, and I'm literally going to show you how to generate leads. And what it is plug and chug, set up the account, turn it on, get it going. Can you follow instructions? Will you? You had to follow instructions to get on this webinar. Can you follow instructions to basically set up your account to generate the leads? And if it's a yes, then you're still in the running. If it's like, Chris, honestly, I would struggle with that, dude, that's a no answer. Number 2, can you text people that reach out to you and want your service? Like, are you in a position, I'm asking this, like, are you in a position where you could get to your cell phone and periodically during the day, check your leads and then text people to get some basic information so that you can give them like a quote over the phone to actually solidify jobs. If you're nervous, if you wouldn't do that, if you won't copy and paste and like follow the advice, dude, you do not want to be one of my people here. Number 3, can you find someone else to do the job?
Tell them to pause for just a second. We're going to switch camera.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's great. We're just pausing for a second. Colton, we can hear you. That's good. Let's go ahead and switch those cameras. But I'm not going to pause. I'm just going to keep going. So, yeah, that's okay. Just hang tight for 1 second, guys. We're getting the other camera like plugged in right now. But you can see the third question there, which is, can you find someone else to do the job? Which means, you know, and Trent, dude, I got you right here. Like, was it hard for you to find someone to do the sod? Was it hard for you to find someone to do the roofing? Like, did it take a little bit to find someone to outsource to?
A little bit, but not much.
A little bit, but not much. But you guys, you're going to have to be willing to do that. That's important. All right, guys, we got the other camera coming on. All right, guys, hopefully you can still hear me. Just go ahead and mute that other echoey thingy. Perfect. All right, guys. Hey, we got cameras back. This is great. Hey, Colton, real quick, can you just do me a favor and maximize my profile picture real quick? Yeah. Perfect. Stop slide this presentation. All right. Hey, Trent, come over here real quick. Guys, the screen's going to look a little bit funny just because we have it jacked up, but I just want you guys to actually put a name to the face. So this is my buddy Trent. Trent's a couple years older than me. We met through YouTube. What? I'm just saying. I'm trying to give myself some points. You're a handsome dude. No, but anyway, I just wanted you guys to meet Trent and get a chance to see his face. Sorry the camera cut out there. It looks like you guys are doing really well with it through chat. Glad the audio didn't cut and that we can keep on going here. So awesome, dude. Hang tight. We'll have you for some Q&A at the end, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Guys, I'm just going to put my final slides up here and we are going to get today wrapped and get to our Q&A. First of all, did you ask those questions if this is for you or not? Because if it is, get stoked. I'm just going to take a couple minutes and share with you how you become one of my personal 49. This is one time. Like, I'm not planning on doing this live ever again. Like, the next 30 days live, pick 49 people. It's all digital after that, baby. This is what it looks like. If you want to kill it in business on a stupid, easy, simple business, by me giving you access to this simple recession-proof business, then let me share with you exactly what that looks like. I call it 7-figure hustle pro. I had to give it a name and I'm like, obviously this has way more potential than 6 figures. And dude, this is about hustle, right? Side hustle, side gig economy. Like, what can you do on the side? I'm going to share with you 4 parts to what it looks like for us to work together over the course of the next 12 months. So first of all, it looks like this. Part 1, you get 30 days of weekly live training with me. It's every Monday. It's at noon Mountain Standard Time. It is recorded. It'll be placed in a back office where you can access this thing, right? It's $4,000 of training that we get to have live together. And guys, those in those 4 trainings, you'll get everything that you need to kill it the way Trent has and beyond. Because frankly, you're going to have more time with me even than Trent has had in this business. Okay, that's the first thing that I want you to write down. The second thing that I want you to write down is number 2. I am going to give you 3 certified paid hustles. I do not want you to freaking get overwhelmed. As we've been testing, we've got 3 amazing ones here. One of them is Dex. One of them is sod, just like from Trent. There's another one, house cleaning. Guys, this is a $3,000 value because here's what we're giving you. The proven ads. This is the liquid gold. I'm literally going to give you exactly with these 3 exact verbiage, the exact pictures that will generate these super, super cheap leads. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm giving you 10 free hustles. Some of you are going to be like, oh, Chris, I want more, in 30 days, I want more than 3 opportunities. Well, I'm going to give you 10 more, but these ones are free. These are side projects that you can post in classifieds and they work and they give you leads that you don't even have to pay for. So that's like another huge value for those of you. Some of you are aggressive and you're like, Chris, I got more than 2 hours a day. Good, I'll give you the things that I want you to do. And then here's number 4. I'm going to give you 12-month private online community access. 7-figure hustle is going to be moderated by me, my brother Nick, and a couple other people that work here. Trent will be hopping on from time to time. And every week, Nick is going to drop freaking free training. But you have a question, this is where you get it answered from the pros, but you also get to be on with everyone else so that everyone can say, oh my gosh, I'm killing it with this, or I tried this, or use my cut and paste that. In other words, we are going to help each other have maximum success this next year. So those are the 4 things that I'm giving you guys. That is literally $10,988 worth of value. I have never come out with a business product in my 16 years of helping you crush it in real estate. And for doing that, and because it's coronavirus, we're going to do something crazy. instead of paying $10,000 to privately mentor with me, Nick, and Trent for the next 30 days and year, I'm giving it to you, all of it today for $997. And I'm going to give you some bonuses, and you can see the first one on the screen. I'm going to give you lifetime access, which means it's not a 12-month program. Anytime you need help, you can come back and get that help, guys. It's literally $1,000. I'm only taking 49 people. Number two is I want to give you tickets to my brand new business event. You can either use these 2 free tickets worth $3,000 to come to Unleash Your Financial Destiny, or Ignite Your Business Genius. It's my new 4-day event on how to freaking slay it in business, to have the mindset, and to kill it all around. And then the final business is that next week, I am going to actually give you access to my private marketing mastermind with my brother, Nick. Guys, my business mastermind is where we create 7-figure businesses. I have helped people make 7 figures in business. And I'm basically saying, if you're one of the 49, not just do you get 30 days of training with me each Monday, not only do you get lifetime access to that Facebook page, not only do you get the businesses and the hustles, but I'm also saying, join me next Thursday in my private mastermind, where I will show you literally how to make 7 figures in business, not this 6-figure crap. All right, so here's the total breakdown. You get all of the value that you see there with the 30-day weekly live trainings for $4,000. That is for a lifetime now. You get all the paid hustles and free hustles valued at $6,000. You get lifetime club and community access for $2,000, 2 tickets to my event, and you get to also join me at like my highly qualified 7-figure business mastermind. $16,000, $479. And guys, what are you paying for that? You're paying like, instead of paying $16,000 for that, you're basically getting that for $997. Now, by the way, you can check right now on the right side of the screen under offers. You can see that you can actually, under offers, you can actually, that's gone live. You can actually click. And by the time I'm done here, we will probably find our 49 people or pretty close to it. So I'll kind of announce and let you know where we're at in that process. I just got a couple last things to share, guys, and it is time for us to move on to valuable Q&A for you guys to ask your questions. First, I feel so strongly about this. I am giving you guys a lifetime 3 times your money back guarantee. Like, some of you are like, Chris, but this is coronavirus. I don't have $1,000 to lay out and lose. By the way, if you're planning on laying it out and losing, like, you're not on my team. Do not even if you can't follow my freaking simple instructions and do these things, if you're not planning on showing up for freaking 30 days the way that Trent has, do not participate. But if you are, I want to make this as risk-free as possible. Here's a lifetime 3 times your money back. This is literally for life. If you follow the program and don't make 3 times your money back, first of all, you should not have been allowed in the program in the first place. Like, do you realize that you have to do like 1 or 2 little side jobs and everything paid for itself? Like, this is probably the dumbest thing I've ever offered, but heck, we've never done it. We're calling it a lifetime. Colton, did you freaking create this 3 times your money back lifetime thing? That makes it about as simple and stupid as possible. So there you guys go. This is simple and stupid, but that should remove the risk for you. That's what it looks like, guys. You can get started. You can go to chriscrone.com/7-figure hustle. You can click the offer on the right, or check out that phone number. Call 801-894-9416. If technology scares you, it's all good. We're going into the handyman space. Call that phone number. You can actually talk to a member of my team, and they are prepared to help you get that $997. So 801-894-9416. It's $997. And yes, right now, I want 49 people that me, my brother, Nick, and Trent for the next 4 weeks can like do 45. This. Sorry, 45 people. Sorry.
We're selling, like, we've already sold 5.
Oh, got it. So 5 of you have already, like, you guys are all in. So by the way, welcome and congrats. I want those names. I want to congratulate them. Real quick, before we go to Q&A, contest, and the 4 limiting beliefs, guys, either you're going to say, Chris, I'm afraid of selling, and I'm going to say, are you afraid of texting? Because like what I do is I have a double drop method. It's very simple.
7 people.
Oh, sorry, 7 people?
That's all I've talked to physically.
Oh, sorry. Trent has only talked to 7 human beings. If you're afraid of talking to human beings, we do want to teach you how to talk to humans. From time to time, you might need to do that. In time, you're going to outsource that too. But guys, if you're afraid of selling, here's the methodology. Number 1 is we always give a discount when we give a bid. And then if they're not ready to go, I say, how much more of a discount do you need to secure a commitment? Usually they'll give you a second number. And if it's, well, most people are embarrassed to lowball. So they'll be like, well, could I get it for like $100 less? And guys, if your margin's good, say yes. Like it works. That's how I sell. It doesn't even feel like I'm selling. Number 2, COVID-19 hurt my business. Dude, check this out right now. Eyes on the screen. First of all, that's my 2-layer discount to avoid selling. So dude, we're freaking texting most of the time. Number 2, some of you are worried that this won't work during COVID-19. I want to be clear. We started this 3 weeks ago. My brother's been killing it like this since last fall. Doesn't matter, come rain or shine or winter. Do you guys see the leads? All of these leads are generated in the last 3 weeks. This is a Corona business. All right. And then finally, let me back it up. 2 more concerns that you might have is number 1, I'm scared I will fail. Dude, you don't ever get a program where you actually live mentor with me like you are in the next 30 days. So the question is, will you follow directions or not? Will you have the courage to do things that are out of your comfort zone? And lastly, if you want to hold on to your funds because you're worried about coronavirus, this probably just isn't for you. But dude, I gave you that guarantee. I can't make it juicier than that. If it's a no, it's cool. Remember, there's like 950, like 1,000 people almost here. I'm only looking for 49. And now we're going to move to some Q&A right here. Guys, time is running out. I just wanted to put that phone number one more time on the screen, 894-9416. And I just want to stop this presentation for a moment to share something with you. Why would I do this right now? Like, you guys know that I'm killing it in real estate and I'm buying properties just about every day. It's like COVID or not, it doesn't matter. The moment Trent came to me and told me, like, when a friend of mine was going to suffer under this COVID-19 crap that has been so mismanaged by our government in the world, I'm like, dude, this is stupidity at its best. Like, we're killing the economy. There's ways of helping people that are hurt. There's ways of helping people who are at risk and giving the government money to them and let the rest of us keep the economy open. But that's not what's happening. Like, I'm pissed. If you want to know, like, I've got fire burning in my belly so like every day for the last 3 weeks. I'm like, roar! Like, what is wrong with this world? If you are financially struggling, if you're not killing it, if you're not meeting your financial goals, your dreams, if you're not moving towards them, that's why I'm doing this. And my heart is in it 100% right now. So that's why I'm going live for the next 30 days with these 49 people. And dude, we're going to freaking crush this together. All right. So let me just finish up these last couple of slides, get to our Q&A. I hope you guys are, start putting your questions in the chat, because Marianne is going to hop back on and we're going to start moderating your questions. Start them right now. And last couple things for you. First of all, guys, real quick, we need to know who the winner is. Will you put up the poll real quick? We're going to put the poll up for like 1 minute. There's with all of you that are joining right now, before I go live and answer your questions, this is our last order of business. Will you do me a favor and just vote for one of the 5 catchphrases, and then we're going to immediately just send $100 out to that person. So, what's that?
$200.
Oh, sorry. Never mind, guys. It's a $200.
It's coming right now. I'm just getting it right now. So give me just a second.
Okay, good. He's about to pop that up. You know what, though? While you were doing that,
We've got some names of people that have jumped in.
hey, who's gotten involved? Marianne, come over here.
Yeah, you bet. We've got Joseph Perkins. Welcome.
Dude, Joseph, what's up, buddy? Glad to have you.
We got Sean Freeman.
Sean, welcome to the team, dude. Me, Nick, you, and Trent, we are going to freaking slay it in the next 30 days.
Dude, so many. There's Esteban Ortiz.
All right, what's up, buddy? Glad to have you here.
Michael Parkins.
Michael, welcome. Derek Coons.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah. Lisa Samaya.
Lisa, welcome. Dude,
Yeah,
let's do this. First of all, those of you that are joining the team, I just want to say I'm pumped for you guys. I'm excited for you. We are going to actually start with a little bit of Q&A. I am going to leave on the screen the URL that you can get started with that if you want to be one of the 49.
Right now.
They're just going to put up the poll while I answer the first question. So let's get some of these.
You bet. This is from Parker Larson.
What's up, Parker?
Okay, he says, question, when hiring out these jobs, how did you manage to transfer money between you, the buyer, and the contractor?
This is a really good question. So Trent, do you mind coming over here? Like, we're all kind of squeezing in this little screen right here. But dude, let's answer this, and I might bring my brother in, Nick. So first of all, you've got some jobs where you're just collecting referral money and you're out of it, and you've got others where you collect the money like on Sod and then keep the rest. So like, are those really the 2 ways that it's been happening?
Yeah, exactly the 2 ways that it's been happening.
So either you hand it off and you're going to get a check, or you're going to hire it out and get all the money and then pay people.
Correct. And with the roofing, where it's just a referral fee that I'm getting,
Yeah.
it wasn't even my idea. My buddy that owns the roofing company, every time he sends out an estimate, an official bid,
Yeah.
I'm copied on that. I get a copy of it.
Dude, that's cool. You got oversight to everything.
Yeah. And then with the sod, I take in a deposit for the sod, and once the job's done, I send them a bill. I pay the guys that did it. I keep what's left over. It's really simple.
All right, Nick, do you want to add anything to that? Being the you've been doing this longer than Trent.
Yeah, so the only thing that I would say is you make more money if you do the job. You have a much better margin. There's nothing wrong with brokering a deal. 5% is fantastic. But in some industries, you can make way more money by actually doing it, right? So that's why sod is kind of sexy.
Yeah, and that's why I like to ask what's easiest and what's my preference. So I like to make the easiest money. I'm not lazy, but I like to act as lazy as possible in business. And that's why I'm a huge fan of outsource and spread the wealth, and it builds a bigger economy. It helps more people make more money. I spread the love. So Nick is absolutely right. So you have a choice with how you do this. I love this. There's so much choose your own adventure. And in our mastermind together during the next 30 days, you'll really learn the details of that. Marianne, what else we got?
Okay, we got someone from BT, or BT is the name, who takes on all the risk, including warranties, guarantees, and I'm sure there's some licenses in there.
Guys, really good questions. So one of the things for you to understand is that some of these jobs you're going to give to a licensed contractor and they're going to do it. Some of these jobs do not require a licensed contractor and it's on you. So by the way, every business owner has to take on some level of responsibility. If you are brokering the deals out to the roofer is doing the warranty. They're guaranteeing, it's between them and the customer. You're just getting a finder's fee, right? You're a home project broker in that instance. Or if you take a look at sod, it's like, well, the customer wrote me a $3,000 check and I have someone in their truck picking up the sod, installing the sod, and I'll take that money and give some to them. And right now it is up to you to make sure that you have appropriate communication with them on hey, there's a risk, we're doing the sod the right way, but there's no, what are the guarantees? Those are the particulars that you learn in the program with the mastermind of how to run it. And a lot of it is up to you and how to just run intelligent, smart business. Guys, part of making these massive margins, making all this money is also to make sure people get taken care of. That's first and foremost. So we're always going to make sure that that is exactly what we're doing and that people really know what they're paying for and they get what they pay for. Really good question, BT. Glad you asked that one.
Okay, awesome.
Hey, by the way, do we have the poll up?
There's 1 minute left. It's ending soon.
Okay, guys, the poll is ending in 60 seconds. You can click on poll on the right side. Make sure that you weigh in. Someone's going to get $200. Marianne, next question.
You bet. This is from lots of people. Joseph Perkins, Tilda Boyd, Laura Ross, Linda Cormos, Tammy Becker, all of you asked the same question. Where do I find the leads for this?
Oh, you guys. Okay, so I must have missed a connection real quick. When you buy this program, when I say that I'm giving you 3 paid leads and I'm giving you 10 free hustles, I'm giving you a document that is literally liquid gold because it will make you an endless supply of ongoing money. I am giving you all of the copywriting for the exact language that you put on the Facebook ad manager. I am giving you the exact picture. My brother Nick, who has spent millions doing this.
We got the placement.
We got the placement.
The targeting.
Everything. Basically, we're going to show you how to set up an account and you just fill it out and copy us. We are not asking you to be smart. We're not asking you to understand marketing. We're saying, take this document and copy and paste and hit go, and then the leads show up online in your bucket. So just to be really clear, the only reason why this works, I got to pause for a second so that you're the only reason why this works is because we have already figured out and proven all the leads out. Now you're just going to rip it off and do it wherever you live. It's called R&D, rip off and duplicate. And it works really, really well. All right, guys, good question. Okay, that poll, is it ended yet?
Yeah, we're getting a winner.
Okay, right now, guys, we are finding out who our winner is. And then we're going to answer some more questions, guys. I'm hanging tight with you here. And thanks for dealing with the video camera down. Glad that we didn't lose audio. That was awesome. So he's getting the winner. Let's get one more question.
Yeah, I've got one from Tammy Becker. Tammy asks, how do we make sure our contractors are quality contractors so our people get taken care of?
Tammy, this is such a good question. I actually will be training you on how to pick a quality contractor so you get the people that you like. That is part of the learning curve, but we're going to show you how to go to the best and the most reputable sources. I basically have a 5-question rule that will almost every time tell me who the winner and the loser is. And so I will be training you on that. In fact, we're doing that on Monday for the 49 that get started. That's actually part of what I'm training you. So by the way, on Monday, I'm going to give you everything so that by the end of Monday, you're on. Because by Thursday, when we get to my mastermind, I already want to hear how it's going with calling leads and texting them, et cetera, et cetera. That is super important for you to be aware of. So yeah, we're going to give you that. Great question. Okay, Colton, do we have
I'm sending it to Marianne on Skype right
Okay,
All right,
awesome.
cool.
By the way, so Marianne has the winner. I want to know before you announce who it is, I want to know what is the catchphrase for 2020?
Is it Trent?
Okay, this is actually it's actually cool. Here's the catchphrase that's the winner. It says, "In the midst of chaos, there is always opportunity." I thought that was very, very
In the
fitting.
midst of chaos, there's always opportunity. And the winner is,
Kenny Luna. Congratulations.
hey, Kenny Luna, my team has $200 coming to you right now. Dude, thank you for your creativity. Love it. All right, guys, we're back to answering questions here. And then I do need to get an update on whether we are full or not. So that I can make sure I'm honoring people with this. By the way, if you guys have questions, you see there's a phone number right there. That is so you can talk to a member of my team that understands everything that you're hearing right now and can answer your questions and make sure that you're getting the help that you need, because you might have a question on something that you need to understand first. So you can call my team. You can also click the link there, chriscrone.com/7figure-hustle, or you can also click the offer under the chat bar. What's our next question?
This one comes from Gisela Casabella.
What's up, Gisela?
When you are the intermediary between the lead and the handyman, how do you know the language and what to talk about for the sod or for the roof? How do you know what to ask?
Gisela, it's called learning, and I got to give it to you. So by the way, I literally gave Trent about 30 minutes of training and said, go. And he started making some things happen, but he kept coming back and saying, I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. With the 49 of you, the reason why I have Trent that's going to join us on the very first training is we're literally going to give you some of the exact text of exactly what to do. We're going to give you the protocol and we're going to give you the language. So by the way, are you going to have to learn a few things? Yeah, but grass is stupid. Like, it's like you can learn everything you need to know about sod in 14 minutes. Like, I kid you not, it's retarded. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's like, yes, you don't understand it, but in 14 minutes you will. So we're going to train you on all that. Super good question, by the way.
Okay, we've got a couple more questions. One from Shan Ada, and I'm going to combine it with Narik Riak. Okay, the question is, do you need a license or legal entity like an LLC set up to do this?
Good question. Do you need to have a business entity to do this? The answer is no, you don't. The IRS does not require that. You do not have to funnel it through an IRS. The way you actually do your taxes is whether you earn that income through a business entity or not, actually doesn't matter. Would we recommend in time as this gets going that you do? Yes, but take advice from me. Don't do stupid things that aren't necessary or required, that don't make you money as busy work. Start making money and then you can clean some of that stuff up. So the answer is yes, you're eventually going to have one of those and we will point you in the direction. Guys, LegalZoom, $79. Boom, it's done. Like stupid. Like it's super easy to set up a business entity. It's like boom, boom, done. Do not do that before you start this program because I think that you're wasting effort when you should be making money. Get the money flowing in and then do that. Great question.
Okay, this one comes from Eric Ardmore. Happy wedding, by the way, buddy.
What's
Okay.
up, Eric?
He wants to know, how do we know what to charge or to quote?
Good. That's a great question. Trent, let me kind of bring you in on this one for a second.
Yeah.
So I basically said go. And when it came to roofing, you didn't have to know what to charge because you found someone to hand the lead off to.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about that at all.
But like, how long did it take you to figure out what to charge per foot on sod?
About 30 minutes.
Okay. And by the way, if Eric joins this, will you just give it to him so that he doesn't need to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So guys, bottom line is these are really good questions, but what you're really asking about is how to do the business. We're going to give that all to you. That's the important part. But like what I love about the world we live in today is we call it Dr. Google. And Dr. Google is alive and well and usually has like information at our fingertips. So part of this being a mastermind now is we're going to be doing information share with each other on best practices. And someone of you is going to be like, dude, I sold 10 sod jobs this week. And someone's going to be like, well, I only sold 5, but I made 5 times more money than you. Let me show you how I did it. That's the benefit of us actually helping each other. Great question. All right. We got time for just a couple more questions, guys. We're opening it up for anything that you have right now. So what do we got?
Okay, awesome. Actually, that's all of the questions that come in. We do have a couple people to celebrate, though.
Oh, dude, let's hear it.
Okay, we've got Sean Atta. He's, thanks for answering his questions.
Sean, you're welcome, brother. I'm glad that we can answer those for you, and welcome to the team. Glad you're joining.
Happy birthday, by the way, as a birthday present to yourself.
Did he tell you it was his birthday?
He said he bought it as a birthday present to himself.
Dude, way to go. Dude, by the way, that's a smart birthday present because it's not consumed, it's producing.
That's amazing. Okay, Jared Kinnikin. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gerard Kinnikin. I just made my payment. What's up, dude? Jared, glad to
My
have
phone's
you.
ringing off the.
Uh-oh, like everyone's trying to call Marianne right now.
Well, it's all you guys.
Yeah, we got Mark. Oh, geez. You guys are blowing up that freaking phone number right there. First of all, Ben Björk, welcome. Glad to have you.
It's Burke.
What we say?
Pronounced Ben. I don't know. I made that up.
Oh, wait. He says, Chris, what would you say are the biggest risks associated with doing the business?
Good question.
That's great. I think the number one risk is getting leads and not acting on them, because a lead gets cold. There's a life cycle to it. So the number one risk is inaction. And with this business, you have to take action. Like, I'm sure you guys would be like, dude, I would love in 90 days to be making $10,000 a month, $8,000 a month, heck, $2,000 a month, or 30 or 40 grand a month. But you do have to actually do the business. So the biggest risk that I find with people is that they don't. And by the way, we will have accountability. You will be showing up and we're going to check in. And if you're not doing it, I'm going to freaking light a fire, on your behind and light your pants on fire. I'm going to make you move one way or the other. The other thing that I want you to be aware of, like the biggest risk outside of that is we've chosen home projects that are easy to know that they've been completed. So I think it's expectation management. So for example, if you say, hey, you realize that you're getting like severely discounted sod, here's the sod, here's the company, they will warranty and replace it. I'm not gonna do that. You can do that at your own cost. I'm just here to install it and get it all done. And then peace out, I'm out because you wanted the cheapest bid. Like you could say that. Or you could say, I'm gonna charge a higher price. And like, if anything is where I'll take it and I'll give it back and then we'll replace it. Like it's up to you to set expectations, and we're going to train you what is too much and what is too little and what is just right. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Perfect. Now, I know a lot of you are asking a lot of questions. We are going to be answering a lot of those questions on the live training that we do for the buyers. So those of you that have more questions that are nitty gritty into the details, just get in on this thing and attend the live training.
And the rest of you can call that phone number right now and talk with the team. We're basically keeping this open for 24 hours. After 24 hours, we are going to be opening up and having more people join, but they're not getting the bonuses. They are not going to be getting, the event tickets. They are not going to be getting lifetime access. This is right now, because I'll tell you right now, I want to know who my quick starts are. Some of you are like, I'm in and I want to go. And some of you are like, I want to think about this. Dude, think about it all you want. Right now, I just want to know who are the people that I'm going into war with on the front lines that I'm going to freaking teach how to crush and kill this right now. Okay, we're going to just answer a few more questions, and I know you need to get to making some phone calls.
Yeah, people are ringing my phone.
You have
We have less than 10 spots.
So guys,
Wow, okay.
we do have less than 10 spots. That means that 40 of you. Congratulations to the 40 of you that are already in. Why don't you hop on some calls? I'm gonna
jump in.
I'm gonna wrap this up. Colton's gonna field some final questions for me, because guys, I'll open it up. We've got most of you still waiting here on the line. I appreciate that. Dude, let's go ahead and answer any questions that you have at all. Can I just say though, like, I just got to say this for a moment. Like, I'm in full celebration mode right now. I am thrilled for you because I know what's going to happen when you take action on what we're doing. You also have to know that there's risk. Like, there's so many ways that you can screw this up. You might not follow my instructions. There might be things that I don't even know yet. Or you might find that nightmare customer that like you do exactly what you promised and they're just never going to be happy. Guys, you need to understand that in anything you do in life, in real estate and business and anything, there's always a risk that things can go wrong. If there wasn't a risk, everyone would do it. So by the way, you've got to ask yourself, am I in a space in my life where I want to face risk and get the upside? Because by the way, with great risk comes great reward. I think that all of you are at risk if you're only making less than 100 grand a year. How on earth are you supposed to create retirement? How on earth are you supposed to create financial freedom? How on earth are you supposed to get time freedom if you're not taking risks? It just doesn't exist in our world today. So in life, you're either a wussy or you're courageous. You're one of those two. You're either playing it safe or you're going all out and say, I want to live an amazing life. That was the decision that I made. I decided that it was important to me that when I die and I look back on my life, I want to know that I had it all. You guys see the shirt that I'm wearing today? This is my Chris Crone Have It All shirt. And I believe that it's not possible to have everything, but it's possible to have it all as you're seeking progress in every area of your life. And so, risk is just a matter of, I think, courage in deciding if it's time for you to start producing way bigger results than you have been. All right, we got some other questions.
So Zach Toomer asks, would this be realistic to be done when you work out of town to do remotely?
Okay, well, I'm going to actually ask Trent that question. Trent, if someone lives out of town, like how much does geography really matter and when you're handing leads off to other people?
You need to be able to have an internet connection and your cell phone coverage.
So if you have internet and cell phone, that's all you need.
Yeah, you can do this from Las Vegas. You can do this from the middle of nowhere, Nevada, as long as you have a cell phone that has connection and can
Great.
take and send text messages.
Great question. Awesome. What else do we got? What do we got?
John Lundgreen.
John Lundgreen, what's up, buddy?
How do I find people to actually do the jobs? Once I get leads, what do I do?
All right, so this is a good question. How do you find the people to do the jobs? First of all, I'm going to tell you something that's going to stress you out, Mr. John Lundgreen, and I'm going to tell you what I told Trent. Trent, by his second week, was like, oh, you know, I could give this person a bid, but I don't want to do a bid until I've lined up the contractor. You know what I told him? Trent, you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
I said, don't.
Yeah.
I said, sell the job, get the job, trust me. It's amazing. The world comes together and conspires for your good. Trust me, you'll find the right contractor if you have a job. By the way, having a job doesn't mean it starts tomorrow. It's so typical in contractor land where the job starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You've got time. So what do I want you to do? I want you to take action and make something happen. I want you to get money rolling in on its way to you. So John, you might not like that answer, but I have a style of doing business that says, who cares about what you could produce if you can't produce? Which means go make something happen and then figure it out. Trust me, with this team, you've got everything you need to figure it out. If you say, uh-oh, guys, I booked 3 jobs and I'm stressing because I can't find someone, I promise you, we're going to show up and help you. All right. Do we have any other questions for today?
Yeah. Zanita Horn is
What's up,
asking,
Zanita Horn?
will I get an email to attend the first session? How do I get all my material?
All right, Zanita, really great question. So after you pay and after you join, what's going to happen is my team is going to send you an email. That email is going to give you access to your, what I'm calling a back office. It's basically a place where you log in on my website and you'll see the training schedule and then the links for when they are and how to attend. You'll see an instruction for how to join the Facebook group. You'll actually see the liquid gold document. That's what I call our marketing, where you literally open up your account and plug it in and start generating leads, which we'll train you on Monday. Your 2 free bonus tickets. Basically, Colton, every single thing that they're getting here, including the bonuses, they're all there once you log in. So there's an email that you're going to get, and then that email will reveal everything to you. If for some reason you didn't get an email, check your spam folder or just email support@chriscrone.com and we'll get you hooked up. Great question.
Okay. 2 more questions and we'll end. Christian Biba is asking, will this work outside of America?
Hey, Christian Biba, thank you so much for joining today and asking, will this work outside of America? My brother, Nick, just left the room. Josh, can you see real quick if you can find my brother, Nick? So I will tell you that we have not done this internationally yet, but we are planning on doing this internationally. That doesn't mean that we have things converted in language and we have not tested other countries yet. So, the answer is I don't know. What I do know is that we will be making it available, but we need to bring someone in that will actually translate the ad. And then they might have to work with my brother, Nick, to do some tweaking to basically see what is palatable for your country. So we've got an international question. First of all, does Facebook work internationally in other countries to generate leads?
Yes.
But they would need to convert from English into their language.
Correct.
And then there might be some idioms or idiosyncrasies of the language that we don't understand why the ad might need to be tweaked or changed.
There's no reason why it can't work and duplicate the same. All you got to do is swap the language. So again, we'll be there and we'll actually help you do it. You translate it, but we'll make sure it's done right.
So I'll put it to you this way. If you're planning on joining and you're like, all right, well, it sounds like if I'm international, I don't know what's going to happen. That full guarantee is 100% enforced for someone like your situation. We're just going to stick in there. And like my brother said, we'll figure it out and help you actually do it. It's not hard. It's literally following the same steps.
Exactly.
But that is the only difference. So great question. Thank you.
So a few buyers just to congratulate.
Oh, a couple more people. Lucas
Scotch.
Lucas Scotch, what's up, buddy? Dude, pour a scotch and celebrate. Or Tucker Byrne. Dude, that's a cool name.
Joseph Perkins.
Tucker Byrne. Congratulations, brother.
Elizabeth Velasquez.
Elizabeth, welcome. Glad to have you on the team. Guys, we're going to be meeting this next Monday. If for whatever reason your COVID schedule doesn't allow you to be live when we're live, you're going to get access to all of that information so that you can rewatch it. And then you can go on to our Facebook private group and ask any additional questions. So it'll be the same as if you were there. Try to be there as live as much as possible. And just know that if you're joining, I want you there every Monday for the next 4 Mondays to be live with me, Trent, Nick. And then this coming Thursday, we have our bonus mastermind session to really talk about how you would work this business to turn it into a 7-figure possible business.
So last question. And then
Last question.
Comment. So
All
last question is from Michael Parkins.
Michael, how we doing, brother?
It says, what if I have a business partner?
If you have a business partner, great. More to share the load. Do twice as much work. Make twice as much money. Yeah, I don't care if you have a business partner.
Okay, and then a really nice comment that you should read. This is from Laura Gutke. She says, to anyone who has not been in Chris's presence.
All right, let me read this. Laura Gutke says, to anyone that has not been in Chris's presence, you are in for the surprise of your life. He will stoke you up like none else on earth. He is highly contagious, so be in for a ride of your life. He's amazing and only has your best interest in mind, just saying. Laura, I appreciate that. Everything you guys are hearing today is really just an expression of my pure excitement. Like, let me just share with you guys, I guess I'll end with this.
Let's get Laura some tickets.
Yeah, dude, can we get Laura 2 tickets to the event?
Yeah.
Hey, Laura, we got $3,000 of VIP tickets coming your way. We'll make sure Denise reaches out and get those to you. That was a super sweet comment. I appreciate that. Guys, here's what I want to share with you. As far as like, what does this look like and where do we go from here? Like, what do I want this to look like 6 months from now? 6 months from now, what I really hope for is 10,000 people using this simple system and literally doing over $100 million worth of business. Bad news like spreads real fast, but really good news spreads just as fast. And I think that this is literally going to go off the chain and off the hook because of how dumb and simple and stupid it is. I expect you to have success in this program. I expect you to follow the instructions. I expect you to be a good listener and a good implementer. And then all of your questions like, who will do the job? How will I find this? How will I know they do a good job? That's what the training is here to help you do. But the reality is, guys, Trent is a really good guy. But I'm going to tell you that Trent's a lot like me. We are not above average human beings. I believe everyone has greatness in them, and it's not reserved just for a simple few. And I can't tell you, I really mean that. Trent's an amazing human being. I believe I'm an amazing human being, but I'm telling you that if we can do this, I believe you can do this, especially when it comes to something as simple as like setting things up and then texting people and then finding some hookups so that someone else does the work. Guys, if that stresses you, if that's overwhelming, do not engage. Stop, pause, just go back to the other thing or wait for a different thing. Like, just don't do this thing, right? Like, I hope you feel that. Like, I've been in pursuit for the last 3 years of finding the simplest automated business. And friends, this is it. It's hot. And I'm excited for you to now have access to it. If it serves you, remember that the 49 first people get all of those bonuses, get all of those extras, and we get to play hardcore with each other. And I'm looking forward to it. Guys, I'm going to leave just this up here on the screen. The offer is there. The phone number is there. If you're still watching saying, Chris, I still feel like I wish you would answer some question for me. It's time for you to make a phone call. It's time for you to talk to a member of my team. That phone number is right there. If you're ready to get started, guys, we got just a couple of spots left. We did have almost 1,000 people join us today. So you can imagine that within the first 24 hours that those 49 spots will be gone. But don't worry, we will be opening it up without the bonuses. You'll have to pay twice as much to get basically the same thing. And so if you value a discount, if you value like, oh my gosh, today it's half than tomorrow, is that a gimmick? No one on my team beyond the 49 will be authorized to give you this same deal. This is literally, why am I doing it this way? I'll tell you why. Because I want to know who the action takers are. I don't care if you went to college. I don't care if you got degrees. I don't care if you have a high IQ or a low IQ. What I care about is that you're hungry. And by the way, if you took action, then you're hungry. If you're not taking action, you're not hungry enough yet. That's okay. Success comes to those who are the hungriest. So get hungry or just enjoy life as it is. Either way, be happy, right? Life's short, be happy.
Hey, just go ahead and let people know again, everything's going to be emailed to them, and we have our support team there to make sure.
Guys, we got our support team. Everything's going to be emailed to you. If you guys are getting started, you'll get everything you need. We'll be reaching out, verifying everything, and you can always hit support@chriscrone.com. And we had a hyper responsive team. Guys, I want you to know during coronavirus, we have not fired or let go of one person We have been hiring people. We're expanding and growing. And I'm going to tell you that if you've been following the media and if you've been believing that the fear that is being projected out there means to tuck tail and run, you're wrong. The greatest opportunities that ever exist only emerge in recessions. They only emerge in catastrophe and crisis. So, by the way, choose to be positive. Choose to be excited about life. The best opportunities, literally, kid you not, come to you during these times. They have found us once again, but it's because I have called them into my life. I've been waiting for the crisis to take place because I knew exactly how I was trained to act. I decided in my mind that I was going to create the positivity that would produce everything that I wanted. And then sure enough, it happened. The secret to having a great, happy life is choosing ahead of time in all circumstance who you're going to be. And if you decide that you're going to crush it and be all that when it comes, then when it does, there will be no surprises. You will not be behind the 8 ball. You'll be thrilled. You'll be excited. You'll have mentally prepared yourself in your mind palace for exactly who you wanted to be. I'm excited for this virus. I'm excited for the opportunities that it's creating. We will create a better world. We will create better opportunity. And it starts today, right now with this. If you've been looking for active income, if you've been looking for an easy opportunity, if you've been looking for the right mentorship, if you've been looking for the right training, if you've been looking for people that you can trust, I'm telling you right now, you have found it. It is here and it has found you. Now you have to be brave enough to act. Thank you, my friends. Peace out. Love you. Remember to be happy. These are not the worst of times. They are the best of times.